Alright, hey everyone, I'm Pokemonmaster888, and this is Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm going to be speedrunning Expert Mode Glitchless today. It's a fun category, we're going to have some fun. Going to show off a bunch of cool things. Also Shadow, it's a year of Shadow, so Shadow has some time to shine again. Really excited with the new game that's coming out this year, in the Sonic 3 movie, so a lot of excitement around Shadow right now. So before we start, I just want to explain a couple things about the speedrun quick, since this is kind of an intensive speedrun. So this game is like a choose-your-own-adventure game. So, like, for story mode speedruns, they're actually pretty short. They're like 20 minutes maybe, but you have 6 stages you play through in any order you want based on what mission you do in the stage. But in expert mode here, it's one set thing. And you're playing through every single stage in the game all the way through, no breaks. So it's pretty different from story mode actually, but it's still a difficult thing. It's interesting. There's no cutscenes, no bosses. Each stage has different layouts and object placements than the actual regular versions of the stage. So some things were changed a lot in some stages, but a bunch of things in some stages weren't. And as we see as we progress in the mode later on, a lot of the further stages actually didn't get changed much at all. So it's kind of strange that they did most of the changes to the earlier stages, but it is what it is. Most stages are involved going to the goal ring, but 3 stages actually are different, where they have unique missions. So there's a little bit of variety in that regard. And Glitchless, you can't do any out of bounds shortcuts. You can't do any game-breaking techniques or going through walls. So because it's like a pretty set in stone restrictive category, there's like a nice flow to it. Since you're always moving forward, you're not really stopping to set up any like tough tricks or anything. So there's a nice flow to it. It's really cool. So with that, I think we're gonna get started. I'll count down from 5, and on go, you can start the timer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So one of the main things that this game revolves around going fast in is filling up our hero gauge. That's on the right side of the screen up there. When you beat like the dark affiliate enemies, you get hero gauge, and vice versa. So when we get hero gauge, we can get chaos control, which lets us skip through most of the stage, which is like the main thing we do to go fast. So we're going to prioritize our routing throughout the stage to go fast as much as possible and get all that hero gauge filled up. So first stage was stopless. Not too much going on. It's one of the hardest stages in the game to optimize and stuff, because there's so much like explosions and stuff going on. But there's no tough tricks or anything here. It's pretty straightforward. It's just dodging everything and making sure you don't get hit. Alright, hopefully if I did this right, I can get an extension here. Another thing we do in this game to go fast is, it doesn't look like I'm going to get it, sadly, but if you're fast enough in some sections before your gauge runs out, you can actually cancel it and then shoot some more enemies to get more points, which lets you fill the gauge while it's still active. And then you can use chaos control, like I just tried to do there a little bit later, and skip some parts that you usually wouldn't be able to unless you extended it. So I didn't quite get it there. That is a pretty tight one to get for expert mode, but not a problem. Alright, that's what stop was done.
Perfect.
So yeah, as much as possible, we're going to be trying to fill up our hero gauge, like every single stage in the run. That's the main objective.
I see. I can control which way this leads.
We're always trying to find what enemies to defeat and at what certain point of the stage to defeat them at, so we can maximize use of chaos control in an efficient way. So digital circuit, there's not too much in the stage. It's pretty straightforward also. We're not going to use chaos control until the very end. So you have to prioritize not missing any enemies until we get to the end. And coming up pretty soon, we're gonna have the first kind of technique that we do in speedrunning in this game. Like in this game, like if you have a lot of speed and momentum and you hit a sloped object or something with collision on it, you actually can carry that speed with you into a jump like that, and we can do a really big high jump based on how much speed we have. So that's like a spin dash. It's called a spin dash high jump. It's a pretty big part of speedrunning in the game. You can also do it without a spin dash, like a momentum high jump just by running. But the first big barrier we're going to see is right here. It's going to let us do this big shortcut. If I can get it. Ah, nice. So that's a spin dash high jump. You can get pretty high with it. It's really cool and it's really useful. It's like a staple in this game. Yeah, this game has some, along with Sonic Heroes, kind of has it too. Like, you can preserve momentum and speed and use it to do different actions and stuff in a lot of different ways. It's really fun. It's a pretty unique thing, I think, for most 3D Sonic games. Like, only this game and maybe Sonic Heroes, it's really used a lot, but it's really interesting. Making my way through. This game does have weapons, of course, too, which is the main thing about this game that a lot of Sonic games don't have. Weapons. Weapons are a big part of the run. Oh, wow. That stinks. Ooh. That doesn't really happen right there.
It looks like this is going to teleport me off someplace.
But, yeah, there's a lot of different weapons in this game, and for progressing in the game, you get different weapons, and then as you beat more stages and stuff, you unlock stronger versions of the weapons. I'll explain them in a bit, but they're like a huge part of the game, and what makes us able to do certain stuff and to go faster than if we didn't have the weapons. But we're going to use a lot of the special weapons, they're called. The game calls them special weapons. Like, I used the egg vacuum in that stage, which lets you suck up enemies in one shot. And I just used the heal can in there, which lets you heal enemies and fill your gauge. So, like, if you heal a hero enemy, your hero gauge gets filled. So that's another way we can fill our gauge.
Good luck. Oh, by the way, if you run out of lives, you won't be able to continue.
Oops.
If you want to abort, go to the pause menu and select quit.
But yeah, I'm going to use egg vacuum here again. As you see, like, it sucks up everything in one shot. There's some things it can't suck up. So if it can't, then you pretty much have to fight the enemy as is. But, if there's anything we need to defeat that can't be sucked up by it, then we just use a different weapon. Like, there's a shadow rifle we're going to use later in the run, which is like a one-shot weapon for everything. But this weapon is useful because you can suck up stuff without having to aim. So you can just run forward and... Oops. Oh. Not have to worry about aiming your gun or anything. We're going to come up here to one of the first major shortcuts in the run. Kind of a precise thing. I jump off the slope. I didn't quite get all the height, but still pretty good. Can be tricky if you lose. If in this game, if you lose your hero gauge by say like you lose a life, then your hero gauge is completely gone, and you have to. Oh well, that stinks. But like I just did right there, my hero gauge is now gone, so all my progress in the stages is gone. But that's not a problem. In some stages, if you're close enough to the end. But yeah, it's a punishing thing. Like if you lose your gauge in a critical spot where you can't afford to lose it, you can lose like minutes in the run. But it's still a nice thing to be aware of. I'm gonna do a shortcut here, skip part of that platforming section. You can just go right into the tornado, and we're about finished with Glyphic Canyon. Yeah, I understand. Sonic versus Shadow can get confusing. So Lethal Highway is another pretty straightforward stage. We're still early in the run, so the goal here is to try to get this heat barrier I just got. This power-up lets you basically run through anything that can be destroyed with one attack, which is really useful because there's a lot of black leeches on the highway here, so we can just run through them instead of having to dodge them. And of course, as we do that, we get our hero gauge filled, which lets us use Chaos Control at certain points where we need it. So it works out in both ways like that. But like without the heat barrier, this stage is like significantly harder. And this is like the one stage in expert mode that was changed the most compared to the normal version of the stage.
Behold the ultimate power.
Right? Looking good so far as we run through the highway at high speed, taking out gun soldiers and all this stuff on the highway. Whoops. And we're using the egg vacuum again. It's our weapon of choice for this stage again. Pretty much the egg vacuum, wherever we can use it, we want to use it because it's very easy to get enemies defeated without having to aim and stuff. Can do a little shortcut here with a spin dash. And we're about finished almost. We don't need our gun anymore. Basically, we're just running to the end.
Ready? Hey, where's my bike? Has anyone seen where it is? Get him! All right, just a little more. Freeze! Hey, where's my bike? Has anyone seen where it is? Don't let their warships get away.
Alright, that's done.
Perfect.
Next up we have the set of stage 3s. This game categorizes levels as based on like the story mode, so that there's like there's 3 stages in the set of things called stage 3. So this is our first one, Cryptic Castle. This is where the run starts to get a little bit harder. Chaos control route here is tight, and it's aiming. One of these auto scroller sections is not the easiest thing to do, so this is definitely where the run steps up in difficulty. This is one of my more favorite stages. I like this stage because it's a lot of different stuff you're doing throughout the whole stage, not just running straight. One of the more technical stages. So we take this top route here, and let's let us skip opening a cage down there with cream. Well, we'll see cream and cheese later in the run. So don't worry. I'm going to slow down here to make sure I destroy these enemies for hero points. Right. 1550 is fine. Alright, perfect. Just about ready to use chaos control. Right through this door here.
Behold the ultimate power.
Alright, perfect. Got the chaos control. That's a tricky one to get. The timing is tight. Oh, phew. But yeah, in this game also, as you saw me pause there, like, this game is not the most stable game on GameCube. So like there's frame rate instability and some stuff like that. So sometimes if you're going too fast, the game has to load the stage as you're playing the stage. So I paused the game to let the stage load so I don't get stuck in midair. Because if the game is not paused and that happens, then you just can't do anything while the timer's running. So it's always best to pause there for like a few seconds, so you don't waste time. But yeah, that's a nice time. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that.
Perfect.
Or Prison Island. Oh, whoops. Well, I lost life there, but thankfully it's only the first 5 seconds. I was trying to do this, where you do this shortcut, there's like a dash ramp behind there. Secretly hidden so you can get a bunch of speed. So this is the first stage in the run where we actually prioritize filling up both of our gauges here, the hero and dark, because we're going to use both properties in this stage. And when we have Hero Shadow and Dark Shadow, like, just the act of having that ability active, we get invincibility and unlimited ammo, so this Poison River I'm on right now, where I can't touch it, if we have those abilities, then we can just run on this river, which is going to be really useful, because it saves a lot of time compared to using that vehicle. Right, so we see the Elmo Shotgun for the first time here. This weapon It's basically like it's strong. It ricochets bullets and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about, like, shooting everything. You can, like, hit stuff from a distance just because the bullets, go back and forth. It's pretty nice. It also has it's really good aiming, too. Like, you can aim from really far away with this weapon.
Behold the ultimate power.
Shoot. This is a really tight section with Chaos Control, too. I think I made it through. Alright, good, I did. Phew. Alright, so now we're about to get Dark Shadow now. So we can run on this poison river. Come on. Enemy is not loading in time. Okay, there you go. So now we're Dark Shadow. So we have this really strong attack with Chaos Blast we can use, but we're just going to use the invincibility property here, so you can just run through everything. Speed through. Try to get through fast, because we're going to need to extend this as far as we can. Because there's more poison stuff coming up here. Alright, looking good. And should have plenty of gauge left. Alright, that's good. Alright, we made it through. And we just take the saucer down to the end, and that's it. For Prison Island. Most of the vehicles in this game, we don't use at all in the speedrun. They're kind of slow compared to Shadow's top running speed, which is really fast. So, like, the air saucer, and then we're going to see another vehicle kind of soon in one of the stages coming up, which lets us jump really high. That's pretty much the only vehicles we use in the speedrunning in this game. But the weapons, of course, are definitely really important. So, Cryptic Castle is another stage where we just get to the goal ring. Kind of difficult. There's some tricks here, like this high jump I'm going to do off this collision here. Oh, whoops. Didn't quite get it, and there's a bomb there, so I'm just going to skip using that trick. We're going to use the Yomo Shotgun again here. This is another stage where getting Chaos Control at the exact time we want it is really important, because there's a really hard platforming section over a bottomless pit that you don't want to play, so we just want to skip it. Oh, nice, I got the shortcut here. Can basically spin dash off of that little thing there and skip most of that section. Oops. Gonna do some platforming here. And we're gonna use Chaos Control right here. Oops. So this section right we're just passing right now, we don't play that. If you ever play this game, try to skip that as much as possible, because like the hitboxes on some of the things you're gonna have to deal with is just doesn't make any sense, and it's not worth it. Ooh, that's not good.
Damn, not here.
Oh wow, I didn't get the checkpoint? No. That's really bad. Actually, we're gonna have to... Did I get the... No, I didn't. Oh dear. Looks like I'm gonna have to play that section. That's a good thing, though. I know how to play this section, but... Yeah, do you have to play this section? I don't know what to tell you, but... Luckily, it's not that difficult if you practice, but it's a real pain. Like these fire hoops, the hitboxes to the left and right of them are just so big. They don't even look like they're a part of the thing, but we got through it. wasn't expecting to have to play that part, but definitely harder than it looks. Okay, what I was trying to do here is I was trying to do a spin dash high jump off of that rope. Perfect, got it. Let's skip this circus tent. It's a pretty recent find, I think, by one of our community members. They found it lets us skip the whole tent by going on the outside of it. Usually you have to go inside the tent, and there's a shortcut you can do in there too, but it's faster to go on the outside instead. And we're at the end of the stage.
Perfect.
Alright, Central City. This is the first stage in the run where the objective is not to get to the goal ring. We're gonna have to destroy, we're gonna have to set off 3 city annihilator bombs. Didn't quite get a shortcut there, but that's fine. Basically these bombs, the story is the Black Arms are trying to destroy the city, and they need me to destroy these, to set off these 5 bombs. And compared to the normal version of the stage, the only change is the second bomb we're going to come across is not in the same position as it is in the normal section of the stage. Come on. Alright, there you go. The second bomb is usually right here, but it's been moved to near where the last bomb is. That's pretty much the only change they did in this stage.
The giant. I can't get a lock.
And we are going to use Chaos Blast here for the first time. Our strong attack lets us like wipe everything out with one hit. Right here. This lets us defeat some enemies that are coming from above faster before they reach us, and we can destroy that bomb pretty fast compared to just waiting for them. Oh, whoops. And here's our first instance of the Shadow Rifle. This is the most powerful weapon in the game. One-shots everything almost. Just about everything, unless it's like a really strong objective, like a tank or something, or something like that. But it's basically shooting Chaos Spear, Shadow's signature attack. It's basically that in gun form. Alright, got this nice slope jump there, perfect. Got shot, darn it. Here's the 4th bomb, so this is where the change is. This bomb isn't here in the normal version of the stage. So we get out of there fast, and we're at the last bomb right now, and the stage is done.
Perfect.
So the Doom is another stage, the second stage, where the objective is not to get to the goal ring. There's a bunch of research scientists we have to heal, and they're all in one place at the very end of the stage, which is convenient. So all we need to do is get to the end of the stage and heal them. And we're going to use the heal cannon for that, which is a weapon. Oh, nice, I got a nice rebound there. So here's the heal cannon. We shoot the scientists, and we get hero points, because they're good and we're healing them. Oh, come on. Oh, there you go. Alright, we use Chaos Control. Actually puts us on this other side of this locked door, conveniently.
This
kind of low on my gauge. This is tight. I'm fine. All right, good. All right, we're good. This puts us right at the end of the stage. And we use our gun and heal all these scientists.
Perfect.
That room is where the goal ring is in the normal version of the stage. So it's kind of like a goal ring mission in a way, but not quite. But now we get to one of my... This is my favorite stage in the game. It's pretty much a straight run through at high speed. Like, in the sky. It's really cool. Sky Troops is definitely one of, like, the standout stages I say in this game. So this is a stage where ammo conservation is really important. We don't have much ammo and we need to not miss any shots. And I already missed like 2 shots, so I have to be careful. And here's the vehicle I was talking about earlier, which is really useful for going high, but it's slow and you can't recover if you fall with it, so you gotta be careful. Alright, got through there. We're looking good. I have 12 shots left. I just need 10 or so at this point. I think I should get Chaos Control once I beat this enemy right here. I hope I do. I did. Alright, good. Phew. Perfect timing. I got this cool little shortcut there you can do if you have momentum. Oops. Oh no, I missed 2 shots. I think I'm fine. I can't miss any more shots than this. Oh, I'm not fine. I need 3 shots, I only have 2 left, but that's okay. That means I just lose like a second or so, I guess. So we just beat this enemy and jump off here and then use Chaos Control. There's some parts of the game, like, where before I jumped off there, if you try to use Chaos Control there, the game doesn't let you. It's like a coded so you can't do it. But if you jump off far enough, then the game doesn't let you, it doesn't have that restriction anymore, you can use Chaos Control. And when you're over like a bottomless pit and you want to use Chaos Control, the game is not going to stop you, and it's going to, if your gauge runs out while you're over like a big pit or something, the game will just keep you going, so you don't lose a life. Which is really useful, and just that's what we just did in that section there. But yeah, now probably on to a lot of people's least favorite stage, Mad Matrix, which is like a really big maze, but I like this stage. It's hard, it's the longest in the run, and you gotta keep your Chaos Control to the very end, so you can't afford to lose a life. Definitely one of the hardest stages in the run. So the goal here is to activate 4 computers, and they're all different colors. So you just gotta touch the certain part of the computer. Alright, try to do a big shortcut there with a really big high jump. I didn't quite get it. I got up in 1 level. I was trying to go all the way up here, but still saved some time with that. That was nice. Oh, shoot. Can't aim. Wow. Okay. Alright, that's the first one. The blue computer is activated. So you gotta get these 3 other computers activated. And this stage doesn't have any, the black arms are the dark enemies in the stage, and this stage has Eggman robots, as we just saw. And Eggman robots are considered the hero characters in this stage, so beating them doesn't give you hero points. So to get hero points for Chaos Control, we need to heal Eggman's robots, which is kind of weird, but Eggman's robots are not as evil as the black aliens. So, oh, well. And these color panels are part of like the theme of the stage. You just have to make them all match the same color. Doesn't matter what color it is as long as it's the same color for each group you see. Whew. And also, as you may have noticed, like healing an enemy automatically stops them from attacking you. So like that alien I just healed can easily hit you with homing missiles here. So we don't want that to happen. So heal the enemy and we're safe here as we wait for this platform to rise. Alright, we've got the yellow/orange computer activated. Now we're making our way to the red tower. And then it's green tower, and then we're done. Get the checkpoint for safety. Alright. The next enemies we heal are going to be in the green tower, and that's going to give us our chaos control that we need. Not yet, but we're getting there. Can do a little shortcut there just by using a spin dash. We're gonna have this this fan here that's gonna put us right up to where the exit is. We're gonna activate the tower and then get out of there with this warp hole, which we will see again in some other stages, where it just warps us to a different part of the stage. Hopefully the camera cooperates this time, and it's a bad camera. That's okay. I know where I'm going. Alright, and we use chaos control. We're gonna cancel it and then extend it to get through this really long auto-scroller section, which is risky, and I'm good. Alright, phew. You don't want to play that stage, part of the stage either in expert mode. It's really slow and really long. Alright, 506? Yeah, that's good. I'd say that for me, probably the hardest stage to go fast in, I'd say, for me. For a lot of people too, I think. So nice to be out of there. But it's fun, I like that stage, it's a challenge. So the rest of the stages are gold ring objectives. I mean, Death Ruins is one of my favorite stages as well. You can like tear through this stage fast.
We have spotted the bat turret.
We're looking good. Not much at all has changed in this stage compared to the normal version. It's pretty much the same.
Extreme rate. Take fire! Fire! We've got them pinned down.
Shoot. Here we go. Remote shotgun is really helpful in this stage, so you can shoot stuff like that from a distance and just run through once you reach it. Chaos control, and we're pretty much out of here. Yeah, Expert is all the stages back to back in the game. We pause here so the stage loads. Yeah, it's every single stage in the game back to back. Skip this loop, and we're gonna skip this loop, and we're done. Yeah. In Expert mode, if you game over, it's over. You have to start from the very first stage again.
Perfect.
So you gotta be really careful. But you can always, like, quit out before you lose your last life and start the stage again, so there's that safety net in a way, but otherwise you better be careful. Alright, this is the only stage in the run, in Glitchless, at least, where we get a break. This is pretty easy. You're flying at a set speed for the whole stage, so we just have to dodge some stuff at some points, but we can just take a break in the run at this point. So, like, what's everyone's favorite Sonic game? Has anyone played this game before? It's not the most popular game, but our community has been trying to get more people involved, of course, because it is a really fun game once you learn it. It's just not the easiest, I guess. It's kind of hard, I'd say. Sonic CD is awesome, yeah. The music in that game is really cool too. Yeah, I get it. Dreamcast adventure games are awesome, yeah, those are some of my favorites too. Sonic 06. I haven't played much of that game, but I know it's definitely interesting. It's really, there's a lot of stuff you can do if you try to break into the game and find all the glitches and stuff. So there's a following for that game. Very good, got the boost here without hitting any of this debris. Got all the boosters. You pretty much get almost the same time every time you play the stage if you get the boosters. It's like 2:15 to 2:17 on the timer. Huh. That might be actually my fastest I've ever done. I wonder, 2:16:14. Huh. I have to check that. But yeah, that's our break, so now we're back to a technical stage. Air Fleet. This is another stage where we're going to see the properties of speed and momentum conservation. When we hit these doors, if we hit them in a certain way while we're running, we can basically like run on the door while it's opening, and then as the door opens, we can just keep our speed as we go through the door. It's really cool. It's used a lot more as the run progresses. In the later stages, we're going to see it too. We're going to come up on our first instance of it on this door here. So I can make homing attack downward and then keep my speed as the door opens. Shoot. Right, didn't lose my gun.
The ultimate power.
I mentioned before, this game doesn't have the most stable frame rate, and this game is definitely not a stable game at all. So, this is the stage where the frame rate is like the worst usually. Sometimes like your inputs just don't register, or sometimes, like in this room, when you're trying to jump over this pit, like you just don't jump. But thankfully that didn't happen this time.
To all who oppose me.
Alright, we're pretty much done. Come on. Oh wow. Apparently that enemy didn't take some damage to skip this rail. And chaos control here. Oh wow. I must have missed an enemy. Huh. Don't have chaos control, but that's fine. We're at the very end of the stage anyway. The chaos control here doesn't save too much time, so... Lost maybe 6 seconds. That's fine.
Perfect.
Iron Jungle is where... It's a short stage. We're gonna go for this kind of advanced trick. Oh, wow. Okay, I got the checkpoint right there. Gonna have to backtrack, though. I need to destroy some enemies. Oh, wow, the enemies... I better restart instead. That saves time in the short term. The enemies didn't reappear, but I'm gonna go for this advanced kind of thing, where you can do like a slide in this game, as you've been seeing me do. But if you try to jump at the same time as you slide, you can actually jump and slide at the same time. I think you have to press the button on the same frame, but it's useful when you have to get over like a low obstacle. You can basically like do a... just try to show off. Right there, got it, perfect, nice. You can like skip some out... got the wrong gun. You can skip some stuff. It's not useful that much, but in certain situations it saves time. But like you have to press on the same frame, I think. Otherwise it doesn't work.
Behold the ultimate power.
But yeah, this game actually has a lot of different techniques to Shadow's general abilities compared to a lot of Sonic games. And they all have situations where they are definitely useful. Like strafing, and there's backflips, side flips. Oh wow, I got... That really stinks. I got thrown off, wow. Well, that's an example of how punishing this game can be sometimes. Should have gotten that checkpoint, but... Look, they didn't lose too much time there. You can do a little shortcut here. Instead of jumping, you can just spin dash into the goal ring, saving some time. But yeah, Shadow's general abilities in this game, there's a lot of things. Like, the whole controller is pretty much used, along with different button combinations. So it's really interesting to see, like, there's a lot of potential to do stuff, I guess, with that I don't think has been fully explored by the community yet. But yeah, now we're on Space Gadget, another Arc level. first time we're going to see the run, we're going to see energy cores, which are pretty much instant chaos control or chaos blast things. Where if we get them, we get our gauges filled up immediately. So there's a secret one hiding somewhere in the stage. We're going to get it, and we're going to be able to use chaos control as soon as we touch it. And the hero energy core is going to be in one of the stages coming up too, but there's only 2 stages it's in this run that we use it. Right here. We're going to touch it, but we can't use it yet because now we can use it. This stage is like split into 2 different sections, and we have to wait by falling a certain amount of time. And by doing that, our chaos control like path we take when it's automated like that, by waiting a certain amount of time, it puts us on the right pathway. Otherwise, we go on the wrong pathway if we use chaos control, and you have to restart the stage at that point because there's no way to get back onto the main path. But yeah, this game uses like invisible lines to like automate your movement when you have chaos control, which is how like the extensions that I've been doing work. Oh wow, that's not good. So I fell down here, and there's not an easy way to get up again. Can't really high jump off of this thing. While I wait for this platform, I'm gonna just take it. But I just got... I think I slid by accident when I was trying to spin dash, which is the same button. But that's okay. We're almost at the end of the stage anyway. Warp hole. And we're falling to the stage, to the end of the stage. That's the first instance where we use a secret door, they're called. As you saw, like the keys, they're opening the door. You get keys when you try to 100% this game, and the keys open the doors, so... we do all our speedruns on New Game Plus, so we can use that ability, as well as the fully powered up weapons and all the weapons unlocked. So that's a benefit of having all the keys. Otherwise, the stage right there is like 50 seconds or so longer. Alright, Lost Impact, which is a notorious stage in the hero mission, which I'm sure some people, maybe a lot of people have heard of, where you had to destroy all the artificial chaos, and there's like 35 of them. And they're all throughout this stage, and they're hidden. Expert mode, you don't have to worry about that. You just have to get to the goal ring. So, pretty relaxing stage. I like this version of the stage a lot. You're just running through. The fastest way is just to run through, the arc. We're not going to get chaos control here because it's actually slower.
Engaging mutated experiments at .0504.
Stopping to defeat all the enemies to get our gauge filled up is not as fast as just running through. And we're gonna, as we see, we can use some of the collision properties to maintain our speed as we wait for these doors to open. And these lifts that are automated, they move a lot faster in expert mode. So like, this route is a slower route if you were to play like the normal version of the stage, but in expert mode we want to just run through because you can go pretty fast. Ah, shoot. But yeah, pretty much that's it for Lost Impact. Goal ring is right through here on the right side. And then that's it for our stage 5s. Oh wow, I ran underneath the goal ring. That's weird. But yeah, that's it. Now we're on the very last set of stages. The last stretch. It's stage 6s, they're the hardest stages. Along with the last story exclusive stage, you also play that. So this is where the run gets the hardest. Alright, this is Gun Fortress. This is the stage like in the story mode you play once you do all the dark missions. So like, the story of this stage is like the last hope for all the humans. And that Shadow is going through and wiping everyone out, but here, luckily Shadow is not evil. And we're just trying to get to the goal ring and not wipe anyone out.
Testing. Freeze! Don't let him get away!
Right, did a nice spin dash high jump off that ledge there. Skipping that climb. And we're gonna see that again in the next room that looks like that. But it's gonna be a lot higher.
There he is!
We're gonna try to get up to the 3rd floor instead of just the 1st floor like that was. Yeah, here the Omochao gun is our friend again. Letting us shoot through all these enemies, like with piercing damage too. Which is really helpful for these really strong robots. Alright, here we go. Ah, nice. Got through all the way to the very top. Very nice. That's not easy at all. That's one of the hardest spin dash high jumps in the game. Very nice to see. And now we have Dark Shadow. Perfect. I couldn't get through the door fast enough, that's fine. Plenty of way and enemies to extend our gauge here while we wait for this door to open. And we are invincible when we have Dark Shadow, so we can just shoot stuff and not worry about ammo. Not worry about taking damage. And try to keep Dark Shadow as long as I can.
Don't let him get away! Roger that. No!
Do a door check there. Perfect. Nice. Oh, this stage is going really well. Oh, wow. Didn't want to grab that. Do a little shortcut here. And we're done. That's probably the best Gun Fortress I've ever done. Wow. That's great to see. That's definitely not an easy stage.
Perfect.
But yeah, Black Comet is it's a technical stage too. It's difficult. To get chaos control, we're gonna have to heal some enemies and then destroy some enemies. So there's a mixture of both kinds of play here. Gonna heal the gun enemies here to fill our hero gauge, and then at a certain point we're gonna start destroying the black arms to fill our hero gauge too. Perfect. We're gonna switch guns here. Shadow rifle. And there's a hard spin dash high jump here. I'm gonna go for it. Ah, perfect. Got it first try. Nice. That's a tricky one, and if you miss it, you can like go off the stage and lose a life. So, really glad to see that work first try. Alright, chaos control. We're gonna use it again, and cancels automatically at that hole. Gonna start it again. It's gonna put us through this section here that's slow otherwise. Yeah, so Black Comet, like, story-wise, this is like the Black Arms, their home base. And we're going through it, trying to stop them, but in expert mode, we're just here to get to the goal ring. We're not gonna do anything with them. Alright, one more enemy. And our gauge is full. And an interesting thing about this game is if you have your gauge full but you're in a vehicle, your gauge doesn't activate until you leave the vehicle, so we can conserve our gauge that way here and use it when we need it. Should be okay. I'm gonna do an extension here. As I get through this door, and it'll let me go farther than the stage compared to not using it. Perfect. So we got 2 chaos controls for 1. Ew. Oops. Oh wow, that stinks. Luckily I got this checkpoint, so I'm good. That's the first time I ever lost a life there hitting that spring. I know it can happen, but that's the first time I hit the right side of it. Okay. Wow, but oh well. Only lost like 3 seconds, that's fine. And we're pretty much at the end of the stage. Just gonna do one last... Oh, that was close. Gonna do one last shortcut here. Instead of taking the saucer down, we're gonna jump up here and run here instead, which is faster. And we're done.
Perfect.
Four stages left. Lava Shelter. There's a lot of people's favorites. A lot of people like this stage. It's good. I like this stage too. Hard stage sometimes, depending on like at least for a console, like the frame rate can be an issue here, and like your inputs can not work sometimes. But it's definitely nice. I like this stage, but a lot can go wrong here if you fall into the lava. The lava is like automatically rising the stage, where in the normal version of the stage it's not, which makes things difficult. So we're gonna get the egg vacuum again, or trust the egg vacuum. Weapon of choice here. Suck up everything, these strong enemies with one attack, nice. Oh wow, I got through all the way with one jump. This is a tricky part of the level. Gotta be careful here. Ooh. Okay. Right, we're good. Cast control right where you want it, right here, jump off and use it. And this lets us skip this next room, which is a really long vertical climb, as you can see right here. If we didn't have Chaos Control, we'd be spending a minute just climbing up all the way. So luckily we didn't have to do that this time. I made the mistake in Circus Park and had to do the tough section, but here it worked out. We didn't have to
Perfect.
manually go through a hard spot. Cosmic Fall is one of my favorite stages too. It's punishing. It's a punishing arc stage. A lot of cool shortcuts that are like over bottomless pits you can do with spin dashes. You gotta be careful. Get this checkpoint. And this is a really cycle-based stage. Ah, shoot. And I think I just missed the cycle. Yeah, I did. I'm gonna have to wait. That's gonna really cause an issue. I don't know the cycle now. I'm off, but should be okay. Hopefully. Alright, we're good. Doing all these shortcuts here with our spin dash. I'm not sure how the rest of the stage is going to play out because the platforming cycles and how they move, all the floating platforms, there's just so many of them. Now it's off, so I'm going to have to figure that out as I go. But here we're gonna have the Hero Energy Core again, our friend. Instant Chaos Control.
Behold the ultimate power. Chaos.
That's the last time we'll see that item, sadly. Gonna do a shortcut here, nice. It was tricky. Okay, I think I'm good. We're gonna land down here. Hopefully we don't fall. Oh no! That was so close. Wow, I actually jumped. I hit where I wanted to, but I jumped off of it and then saved myself somehow. Wow. Okay. Well, we have this gun I just picked up at the start of the stage. It lets us shoot through the door. It's like a satellite laser, so you can shoot through stuff. That's why we picked it up, so let's skip having to wait for that door to open. Which lets us hit that switch, which gives us light dash trails throughout the rest of the stage, because you don't want to play the rest of this stage without these light dash trails right here. It's a very difficult platforming part. You don't want to play it, it's really hard. So thankfully we can just skip it. And hopefully not get hit by these platforms that are floating and we didn't, so that's good. And we're pretty much done, yeah. That went relatively smoothly. That stage can be it can be your nightmare if you really make a mistake. But yeah, where all those memes, here's the computer room with Vector and stuff. We reached the computer room, yeah. We found the computer room this time, but we just need the gold ring instead. Alright, final haunt. And this, like, if you're playing this normal version of the stage, like, if you're really good and you're a hero, this is the stage you play. Like, defeating all the aliens and saving the world. This is where you'd end up at. But here, we're just getting through, getting to the gold ring. And then the last stage is after this one. Ah, shoot. Oh, I destroyed the thing I was trying to use. That's not good. Gonna have to improvise. Wow, that was really nice. Okay. I destroyed something I was going to use for a spin dash high jump, but I found something else instead, and it worked, so that's good.
Behold the ultimate power.
So here's another instance where we extend, we cancel, and we extend, and it puts us on another automated path. Oh, and the game didn't load, okay. We got on the second automated pathway there that we wouldn't have gone on unless we extended it. So we got through there, got some more chaos control points by defeating those 4 enemies pretty fast there, so we're good. Making our way through Black Comet again. Come on. Ran out of ammo. Trying to find where this enemy is. There we go. So this gun lets us vacuum up stuff, or like basically pull out these blocks that are blocking our path, or suck up some enemies, but we can't suck them up, we just like hold on to them with this gun. But it's useful. We're gonna use this gun one more time, right up here. Oh, I got stuck. To get through this laser wall. And while we're waiting for it to load, we can just spin dash through it fast like this. So we can save time that way. And then we can suck up this enemy right here and use chaos control right away. And after that, it's pretty much a nice run to the end. Nothing really else in the stage. Yeah. Hope you've been enjoying the run. Extra mode, we're almost done. It's a long run, but very rewarding if you practice and can pull it off. It's hard. Tried to do a door tech there, couldn't get it, but that's okay. But yeah, just one stage left. Yeah, and skipping is always good.
Perfect.
But yeah, time ends on the goal ring. When I touch the goal ring in this next stage, the last way, time will end. And that'll be it. This is a pretty short stage. The stage is really long, but thankfully there's a warp hole shortcut we can use, which skips most of the more than half of the stage. So right here, we're going to be using that, and that's pretty much it for the run. Oh wow, I hit that enemy but didn't get damaged. Get the shadow rifle, and we're going to take this shortcut. Ah, perfect. Didn't get a boost upward from that light dash. The light dash in this game is finicky. Like, you don't stay on the ground sometimes. There, I stay on the ground, and the longer you're light dashing, the more speed you get. So that's really nice to see. Just one difficult section left here. You gotta get chaos control, and then we're at the end stretch. And this level is the only one in the game where you're forced to use chaos control to progress. They make things so high away, the door is so far away, you have to use it to reach the end. Okay, we're good. You gotta use chaos controller right away or else you're not gonna make it past this section here. We're good, we got past it. Otherwise it stops you. Alright, good. We're on the straightaway. Time ends as I touch the goal ring here. Just gotta run through the end of the level. Perfect, didn't get hit by those enemies. And, time.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's Shadow the Hedgehog. Expert mode, glitchless. Hope you enjoyed on the run. It's a very fun run. It has a really nice flow to it, as hopefully you may have noticed. I did lose some lives, so disrupted the flow somewhat, but like you can just run through a lot of these stages so fast and keep this nice flow going. It's really, really cool. But yeah, I'm glad to show off. I showed off pretty much everything I wanted to. I did a bunch of things first try, which is really nice. I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, thanks for the good games. I definitely recommend checking this game out if you're interested, if this looked interesting to you. Even if it didn't, give it a try. Like, this is not a popular game, sadly, compared to a lot of the other Sonic games, but it's like, if you put the time in, you learn it. Like, there's so much you can do with the movement and abilities Shadow has in this game. It's really rewarding and it's really nice. And there is some more, like, accessible versions. Like, this is not the easiest game, I guess, to find. It is going up in price. There's like a speedrunner's cut one of our community members made, which is like a patch for the GameCube version, which makes things more accessible to some people. I know there's like a fan a fan version of this game called Shadow Reloaded, which changes some of the physics, but the core experience is kind of the same. So there's a bunch of ways to get into this game, and it's like a growing community. So if you want to be a part of something that's on the way up, this is it. So hopefully everyone enjoyed. Thanks to SegaCrew for letting me speedrun in this event. I really enjoyed it. It's really nice to see a bunch of new stuff I haven't seen before and some new people. Looking forward to more events, and hope everyone's enjoying the event. Stay tuned. Thanks.
Awesome.
And,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pokemon Master 888 underscore. I did get the underscore this time for the shoutouts, but appreciate your run here. And we're going to transition over to our Be Right Back screen. Coming up next is going to be Sonic Star playing Sonic Origins.